नमस्कार दोस्तों। कहानी हम सब की में आप सबका प्यार भरा स्वागत है। कैसे हैं आप लोग? उम्मीद करता हूं अच्छे होंगे, अच्छे ही रहना। दोस्तों, आज मैं आपको एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग पर्सनालिटी से मिलाने जा रहा हूं। जब मैं उनसे पहली बार मिला तो तुरंत मुझे एक बात समझ में आ गई कि ये सज्जन बहुत ही मेटिकुलस है। इनका प्लानिंग एब्सोल्युटली ऑन स्पॉट और अटेंशन टू डिटेल कमाल का। दोस्तों, जैसे मैंने उन्हें थोड़ा और जाना तो एक और बात मेरी समझ में आई, और वो ये कि उनका बहुत अलग अलग एरियाज में इंटरेस्ट है। और सिर्फ इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं, बल्कि उन अलग अलग एरियाज में उनके कई सारे अचीवमेंट्स भी हैं। मैं तो मैंगलोर पहली बार गया था और ये सज्जन मुझे मैंगलोर घुमाने ले गए, और जिस तरह से मुझे अलग अलग जगह दिखा रहे थे, उनकी डिटेलिंग बता रहे थे, उस जगह के इतिहास के बारे में मुझे बता रहे थे, मानो जैसे कोई एक प्रोफेशनल गाइड हो। और तब मैंने उनसे पूछा तो मुझे पता चला कि उन्होंने मैंगलोर टूरिज्म गाइड भी लिखी है, और सिर्फ लिखी नहीं है, इसकी 4,500 कॉपीज भी बिकी है। इसके बाद मुझे अपने घर ले गए और बड़े प्यार से उन्होंने मुझे अपना घर दिखाया। और जब मैं उनका घर देख रहा था तो मैंने क्या देखा, बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल हैंड पिक्ड पेंटिंग्स और आर्टिफैक्ट्स का उनके पास कलेक्शन है। और इससे एक बात मेरी समझ में आई कि इनका आर्ट फॉर्म्स में भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है, बहुत रुचि है। दोस्तों, इनका सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर भी कमाल का है। इन्होंने जिंदगी की प्रैक्टिकलिटी को ऑब्जर्व किया है और उनके जोक्स वहीं से उभर कर आते हैं। ही इज अ कीन ऑब्जर्वर ऑफ लाइफ। इसके अलावा ये सज्जन रेडियो, टीवी चैनल्स और कई सारे हेल्थ फोरम में भी एज अ स्पीकर रेगुलरली जाते हैं, और कम्युनिटी सर्विस में भी बहुत एक्टिव है। और इसके साथ साथ दोस्तों, ही इज अ डॉक्टर। ये एक एमडी है, और इन्होंने डर्मेटोलॉजी, वेनेरोलॉजी और लेप्रोलॉजी में स्पेशलाइजेशन किया हुआ है, और कई सारे कॉलेजेस में एज अ प्रोफेसर इन्होंने अपनी सर्विस दी है। तो दोस्तों, आइए मिलते हैं डॉक्टर नरेंद्र कामत से। नमस्ते डॉक्टर कामत।
नमस्ते।
वेलकम टू कहानी हम सब की।
I would say welcome to Bangalore.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place, and more than that, our pleasure to have you today with us. Uh, बहुत कुछ सुना है आपके बारे में, and I'm so curious to know everything about your life, Dr. Kamat.
Yeah, fine. I'm Dr. Narendra Kamath. By profession, I'm a dermatologist who deals with the health of the skin. I was born and brought up in Bangalore for the majority part of my years.
Okay.
And rather, I would say at the same place where we are having the interview, I was born just about, say, 50 meters away.
Oh, okay.
So my primary schooling first happened in Bangalore. It happened in a convent.
Okay.
From where I picked up my basic English, the basic mannerisms, the etiquettes, the dress sense, whatsoever. And my father was a bank executive.
All
So
right.
as you know, it's a transferable job.
Yes.
And my mother was a homemaker.
Okay.
So she had all the time to mold me into a proper Indian, that's what I would say.
Wow.
And my father, being in the transferable job, I was taken to different places wherever my father was being transferred.
Okay.
So initially it was all within Karnataka state itself.
Okay.
So as a school boy, I didn't have any aims and targets. It was a typical school boy,
Acha.
doing into the same old, what I would say, monkey tricks, and sitting with the book, of course, because of the force of the parents.
Oh.
And okay, fine, I don't know, God helped me, I was standing first in my class regularly.
Wow.
And once I was out of Mangalore, around, say, in the age of 10, we went to the northern part of Karnataka.
Okay.
That's when I started exploring the world.
Oh.
Because it was a different culture, a different setup, a different school. That's when I slowly started learning how to make friends, how to learn different languages, how to enjoy different cuisine and culture, and also how to adapt myself to newer surroundings. The most touchy part of my career was when I was about say 11 years old, my father was posted in one remote part of North Karnataka. Okay. Somewhere the year 1973. It was a very bad famine over there. Oh. Extreme of famine. Oh. And this famine was so bad. I still remember the black earth had dried up completely. It had cracked all over. And one could pick up cakes of 3 inches thickness. Oh. The village of 30,000, what was called as Gudedgud near the Badami caves, hardly had any water. Oh. And people were absolutely, I would say, wasted. The town was full of illness and also hunger. And we saw lots of various angles of property. Poverty was abundant over there. We could see the land sharks and the money lenders swindling these people. Oh. And at the same time, people struggling for water as well as food. And that particular aspect sensitized me. I thought, okay, fine. I was lucky because I was born to well-off parents, right. And these people are struggling now. So that sensitized me to the poverty part of the country. But anyhow, that made me decide I should do something in the future for these people who are not as lucky as us. And at the same time, in our house, we had an elderly maid servant. Okay. She used to always tell me, you talk less with people, maybe you are a bit shy or an introvert, but remember one thing in future life. If you are starting a career anywhere, have a independent career. Okay. Don't be dependent upon others because you are at their mercy regarding their job, regarding their pay, whatsoever. Right. So these two things probably sensitized me towards taking up this medical field and also with the sensitization of poverty. Right. It rather made a pathway for me. And once the transfers became too much, my parents decided this person, if he keeps on going from village to village and town to town, I think his education will go for a toss. So they implanted me here in my uncle's and grandmother's house for my 11th and 12th. Okay. And I was fortunate enough, the education environment was good, the backup was good. I became more focused on my studies.
Wow. दोस्तों, बहुत कम उम्र में ही अपने आसपास होने वाली घटनाओं ने डॉक्टर कामत को बहुत प्रभावित किया था। उन्होंने अपने आसपास सूखे की वजह से बहुत सारी सफरिंग देखी, बहुत सारी गरीबी देखी और इस बात का भी उन पर बहुत गहरा प्रभाव हुआ और इस प्रभाव ने डॉक्टर कामत के जीवन को देखने का नजरिया ही बदल दिया था। ये खुशी की बात है कि इतनी कम उम्र में उनके अंदर वो क्लैरिटी आ गई थी कि उन्होंने कहा कि वो आगे चलकर इन गरीबों के लिए, इन नीडी लोगों के लिए कुछ ना कुछ जरूर करना चाहेंगे। और इसके बाद उनके घर में एक बुजुर्ग मेड सर्वेंट थी जिन्होंने उनको ये एडवाइस की थी, क्योंकि वे एक शाई किस्म के बच्चे थे, तो उन्होंने कहा था कि उनको किसी और के भरोसे नहीं रहना चाहिए बल्कि उनको इंडिपेंडेंट रहना चाहिए। और इस बात ने भी उनको ये क्लैरिटी दे दी कि आगे चलकर उन्होंने डिसाइड किया था कि वो इस पोजीशन में आ जाएं जहां पर वो इंडिपेंडेंटली काम कर सके। दोस्तों, इससे एक बात समझ में आती है कि एक बच्चे की बहुत कम उम्र में ही उनको जो कुछ भी एक्सपोजर मिलता है, इस एक्सपोजर का उनके इमोशंस पर, उनके थॉट्स पर बहुत गहरा प्रभाव पड़ता है और यही प्रभाव आगे चलकर उनका जीवन को देखने का नजरिया बन जाता है। आज के जमाने में भी बच्चों को कितना सारा एक्सपोजर मिलता है, इंटरनेट के थ्रू, सोशल मीडिया के थ्रू, किताबों के थ्रू, और इसके अलावा अपने घर का माहौल, अपने स्कूल का माहौल, अपने आस पड़ोस का माहौल, ये सारा भी उनको कई सारी बातों में एक्सपोज करता है। थैंकफुली डॉक्टर कामत का पर्सपेक्टिव और आउटलुक दोनों ही पॉजिटिव थे और इसी पॉजिटिव आउटलुक ने डॉक्टर कामत को सही दिशा में जाने के लिए प्रेरित किया। लेकिन हमें एक बात हमेशा ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए कि कभी कभी बच्चों का ये पर्सपेक्टिव या ये आउटलुक गलत भी हो सकता है, नेगेटिव भी हो सकता है। और इसीलिए हमें चाहिए कि हम हमारे बच्चों के साथ जीवन में होने वाली अलग अलग बातों को लेकर कॉन्वर्सेशन करें, ताकि हम उनके पर्सपेक्टिव्स को चेक में रख सकें और उन्हें सही दिशा में आगे बढ़ने के लिए मार्गदर्शन दे सकें। और इसीलिए हमारे वैदिक कल्चर में भी ये कहा गया है कि जब एक बच्चा मां के गर्भ में होता है तब गर्भ संस्कार होता है, जिसकी वजह से उस बच्चे पर एक पॉजिटिव इंपैक्ट पड़ता है। और इसके बाद बच्चा जब जन्म लेता है, एक एक पर्टिकुलर उम्र के बाद उस बच्चे का ब्रह्मोपदेश होता है और उसके बाद बच्चा गुरुकुल में जाता है। गुरुकुल में शिक्षा तो प्रधान है ही, लेकिन इस बच्चे को एक ऐसा एनवायरनमेंट, एक ऐसा वातावरण दिया जाता है जहां उसका पर्सपेक्टिव और उसका आउटलुक दोनों ही प्रोग्रेसिव बना रहे। दोस्तों, हमें इस बात की क्यूरियोसिटी थी डॉक्टर कामत से जानने की कि किस तरह से उन्होंने इस मेडिकल प्रोफेशन को चुना और कैसे वो आगे बढ़े उस प्रोफेशन को अपनाने के लिए। तो आइए सुनते हैं डॉक्टर कामत ने हमसे क्या कहा।
And to tell you a comical event,
Sure.
then after 10th, when I went to give my application for the 11th standard, I had seen only bankers in the house.
True, yes.
So my mind also was something like that. I will also apply for commerce, and I gave the application to the principal because we had to meet the principal.
Right.
I gave an application for the commerce section.
Oh.
I don't mean to humiliate any commerce graduates or other graduates over here. And the principal himself was a commerce professor.
Okay.
And in front of him was standing a student who was placed something like 14th or 15th in the state.
Oh.
He looked at me and again looked at the paper, again looked at me and at the paper, and coolly in front of me, he tore my application and threw it away.
Oh.
I was stunned. So what shall I do next? He gave an application, he asked me to sit down over there and write for the science faculty, for the science field.
Right, right.
And that's how I joined the field of science.
And what was his thought process behind
His
doing
thought
that?
process was probably, I am a person with that Marx perspective, somebody carved out for a profession, because those times people with excellent marks would go either for engineering or for medical.
Correct, correct.
So it was his probably the inner plan.
Oh, right.
So I joined the stream until I almost reached the end of my 12th. I didn't know whether I should take engineering or whether I should take up medicine. So what shall I do next? Then slowly towards the end of 12th standard, I started losing in mathematics.
Okay.
The interest in mathematics started going down. I was scoring well. I was scoring 100.
Right. Oh,
But then,
100.
yeah, and then I decided I will take up the field of medicine. So that is what tickled me or sensitized me to take up the field of medicine.
Oh.
And that was it. That's how I came to the field of medicine. But before that, one more thing let me tell you.
Yeah.
After finishing 12th again with some excellent marks, I desperately wanted to apply for veterinary medicine.
Oh, okay.
And the application fees then in the year 1980 was rupees 400.
Oh.
And my father just looked at me and told me, you are not going to become an animal doctor.
Okay. All right.
And he gave me the money just for the application for the field of medicine.
Oh.
And again, I would say by default or fault, I don't know, I joined the field of medicine, and that's it. Fine.
There we are today, right? Isn't it?
No, that again it is interesting. And in the field of medicine, every day was interesting. We could see various patients, we could diagnose certain things. That was getting more and more exciting. You getting close to the poorer people,
Yeah.
because they are the ones who subject themselves to ourselves, the students in the government hospital, subject themselves to us students, and we appreciate them and we are thankful to them,
Right.
because they withstood our basic or what shall I say, incomplete knowledge. And
Absolutely.
and field of medicine started getting into me. I was getting into the groove. Then in the year third MBBS, when I was posted in the field of dermatology, we had a posting in the skin department also.
Okay.
I was seeing my professors, they would see something, they would see the nail, they'll see the skin, they'll see the oral cavity, and then they will say, okay, get this particular blood test done, this may be the possible disease.
All right.
And voila, the diagnosis is perfect.
Wow.
They could see the skin and diagnose something
Wow.
which was not expressed so far. And very often our professor, the late Dr. Jain Shetty used to tell, skin is the mirror of internal disease.
Oh.
And that's it. That's when I got engaged to the field of dermatology.
Wow.
And then I targeted dermatology. I took up dermatology. And
Wow.
okay,
Very
fine.
interesting.
In the year 1989, I came out as a freshly passed out MD in the field of dermatology, venereology, and leprology.
All right.
And again, it didn't stop over there.
Okay.
So after MD, I took up a small clinic over here, got the interiors done, and then went to Mumbai. I
Acha.
worked in the KM hospital in Mumbai.
Oh.
Because what I thought was, when I'm working in a three-tier city, the whatever the knowledge I'm getting would be incomplete. So if I go and work in a municipal hospital, the variety of cases was
Yes.
huge.
Yes.
And it was so huge, it built up some confidence in me.
Right.
At the same time, I got a vague click in my mind. Okay, why not try the UPSC exams? I thought I will do an IAS and take up some posting in the field of health. Wrote one round of exam.
Okay.
Of the 15 optionals, okay, there was only one optional meant for our doctors.
Right.
We had to appear for 3 optionals. Other 2, okay, fine, there was not much of guidance. I flunked in the first attempt. I failed.
Oh,
And
oh.
when I asked my father, he told me, now you have to take only 2 decisions. One is you got your clinic over here, you are going to sit over here.
Right.
Or else, okay, fine, you will be going to Delhi because only Delhi had the facility for IAS training then.
Right.
You will go over there, sit for 2 years, and then pass your IAS.
Right.
So that's it. I came to the field of dermatology.
All right.
Again, there was another thing, very interesting.
So many things, sir.
Had cleared the qualifying exam for US. I could have migrated to US in the year
Right.
1985
Oh.
or 89.
Oh, okay.
But what shall I say? I'm a proud Indian.
Wow.
I didn't want to leave my country. So I
Wow.
thought I'll stay over here. I'll stay over here. So that's how I am here.
Wow.
And I have no regrets because I've taken the field of dermatology.
Superb.
Because the untold secret is
Yeah.
the field of dermatology actually includes dermatology, that is the skin disease.
Right.
It includes venereology, that's the field of STDs or the sexual transmitted disease, and the field of leprosy.
Okay.
So it is like a triple Sunday ice cream. In
Wow.
dermatology,
Yeah.
you have the essence of medicine.
Right.
You have all the intricacies and the fine details what a clinician should know.
Right.
In venereology, you have the other side of the human life, where people pick up unwanted diseases
Correct.
because of their unwanted activities.
Correct.
And on leprosy side, you have the poverty, you have the, what shall I say, people getting dislocated from the society.
Yeah.
So there's a lots of scope for charity.
Yeah.
So all these things together, okay, fine, have made me enjoy the field of dermatology.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
I joined the college, the Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, as a assistant lecturer.
Okay.
Then till the year 2010, I was attached over there. And okay, fine, took a early retirement as an additional professor.
All right.
But my clinical attachment was to the district hospital.
Okay.
That was where the real poverty was coming, and I had lots of scope to meet varieties of people, either from the poorer side or the richer side, and do all the social activities which I wanted to.
Wow.
It gave me huge amount of freedom. And in the year 2002, I joined the Rotary Club.
All right.
I was also the president of the Rotary Club of Bangalore in the year 2008,
Okay.
and that increased my horizon of social service and meeting multiple people.
Wow, that's amazing.
Lots of things have been achieved in the field of Rotary also, but anyhow, this is about my life.
Wonderful. That's amazing. I mean, we have met so many professionals where it's only possibly to run the practice, but somebody with this kind of a cause where one says that I want to really do a lot of social activities and give provide my services. I think that's amazing, sir. दोस्तों डॉक्टर कामत ने ये कहा कि उनका मैथमेटिक्स में इंटरेस्ट कम हो रहा था और उन्होंने कहा कि वो ठीक ठाक ही कर रहे थे, बस 100 मार्क आ जाते थे। मैं यही सोच रहा हूँ कि अगर इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा होता तो पता नहीं कितने मार्क्स आते। कहने का मतलब यही है दोस्तों कि डॉक्टर कामत एकेडमिकली बहुत ही स्ट्रांग थे। वो एक स्ट्रांग शिप की तरह थे, लेकिन एक ऐसी स्ट्रांग शिप जिसका रडर नहीं था, एक ऐसी स्ट्रांग शिप जो कि समंदर में फ्लोट कर रही थी। जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि परिवार में सारे बैंकर थे तो उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि कॉमर्स ले लेते हैं, तो कॉमर्स का फॉर्म फिलअप कर दिया। तो वहां पर प्रिंसिपल ने उनका वो फॉर्म फाड़ दिया और उनसे कहा कि आप साइंस ले लीजिए। फिर उन्होंने सोचा कि वेटरिनरी डॉक्टर बन जाते हैं, लेकिन फादर ने मना कर दिया और इस तरह से फिर मेडिसिन फील्ड उन्होंने चूज किया। अगर देखा जाए तो डॉक्टर कामत ने कॉन्शियसली ये डिसाइड नहीं किया था कि वो मेडिसिन फील्ड में आए। ये तो बस कुछ ऐसी बात हुई कि एक राइट वेव ने एक राइट वक्त पर इस शिप को हिट किया और उसे सही दिशा दिखाई। लेकिन दोस्तों, कई ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, कई ऐसे बच्चे होते हैं जिनको इस तरह की गाइडेंस राइट वक्त पे नहीं मिल पाती है और ये बच्चे अपने ट्रू पोटेंशियल को पहचाने इससे पहले ये कई अलग अलग दिशाओं में भटक जाते हैं और इसकी वजह से अपना वक्त, अपना बहुत सारा एफर्ट्स एंड ऑफ कोर्स बहुत सारा पैसा भी बर्बाद कर लेते हैं। और इसीलिए फिर से अगर हम वैदिक कल्चर की बात करें तो वहां पर यही कहा गया है कि जब एक बच्चा गुरुकुल में जाता था तो सबसे पहले उस बच्चे का स्वधर्म, उसका ट्रू पोटेंशियल पहचाना जाता था और उसके बाद उसे वो डायरेक्शन मिल पाती थी जिसकी वजह से वो अपने ट्रू पोटेंशियल को अनलीश कर सके। डॉक्टर कामत ने मेडिसिन फील्ड को अपनी चॉइस बनाया और उन्हें इस बात से बहुत खुशी थी जब उन्होंने देखा कि वो जो स्पेशलाइजेशन कर रहे हैं डर्मेटोलॉजी, वेनेरोलॉजी और खास करके लेप्रोलॉजी, जहां पर उन्हें पता चला कि उनका ये स्पेशलाइजेशन उन्हें इस बात का नॉलेज देगा जिसकी वजह से वो उन नीडी, उन पुअर लोगों की मदद कर पाएंगे। और दूसरी बात उनके लिए खुशी की ये थी कि वो अपनी एक खुद की प्रैक्टिस रन कर पाएंगे और जिसकी वजह से एक इंडिपेंडेंट प्रोफेशनल भी बन पाएंगे। तो इस तरह से कहीं ना कहीं डॉक्टर कामत ने अपनी करियर चॉइस को अपने ट्रू पर्पस के साथ कनेक्ट कर दिया था। और एक और बात दोस्तों जो मेरे दिल को छू गई ना, वो ये थी कि डॉक्टर कामत को यूएस जाने की एक बहुत ही ल्यूक्रेटिव ऑफर मिली थी, लेकिन इसके बावजूद भी उन्होंने भारत देश में ही रहने का डिसीजन लिया। दोस्तों, हम सब जानते हैं कि यूएस में मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए ग्रो करने की कितनी जबरदस्त अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है और कई सारे प्रोफेशनल्स ऐसी ऑफर से टेम्प्ट हो जाते हैं और तुरंत ऐसी ऑफर्स को ग्रैब भी कर लेते हैं। डॉक्टर नरेंद्र कामत ऐसे कई यंग प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए आज इंस्पिरेशन बन गए हैं ताकि वो अपने ही देश में रहें और अपना ब्रिलियंस और अपनी सेवा अपने देश को देते रहें। दोस्तों, हम सब जानते हैं ना भारत के ब्रेन ड्रेन के बारे में, लेकिन दुनिया में जितने सक्सेसफुल सीईओज हैं, कई सारे सक्सेसफुल डॉक्टर्स हैं और बहुत सारे दूसरे प्रोफेशनल्स हैं जो कि भारतीय हैं। दोस्तों, जरा सोचिए, अगर हमारे देश के यंग प्रोफेशनल्स ये डिसाइड कर लेंगे कि हम भारत छोड़कर विदेश चले जाएंगे तो हमारे देश की तरक्की कैसे होगी। दोस्तों, आगे बढ़ते हुए जब मैंने डॉक्टर कामत से उनके मेडिकल प्रोफेशन की जर्नी के बारे में पूछा तो उन्होंने हमसे ये कहा। सर, in spite of all this, I'm sure life wouldn't have been maybe so straightforward or so easy. I'm sure you would have come across lot of challenges, lot of difficulties, and you would have overcome. Sir, if you can share some of those things.
Yeah, in the sense, though there are many difficulties, okay, it was the love and the penchant for social service that kept me on the track. I would rather say if a person says, I don't have time to do other activities, I would call that person is poor in time management.
Wow.
If you can manage your time pretty well, you have
Yes.
time for everything.
Yes.
That's how I joined Rotary also.
Correct.
And many a lot of activities are being done. Don't you have a time from 7 in the morning till 10 in the morning? Or else don't you have the Sunday mornings?
Absolutely, yes.
So those times can be used effectively.
True.
Like if I just tell you, Sunday mornings, okay, till recent past, I had a nice passion. In fact, even my wife won't be knowing that. Every week, I would go to one old age home, or else one child home, or a destitute home, have a look at all those inmates over there,
Right.
and then you ask to who I was, because otherwise entry to all these places is restricted.
Correct. Correct.
People with skin problems would be kept aside and reserved for me.
Okay.
I would maintain a register, note down what problems they had, and write down what medicines they need.
Oh, okay.
And next day, I would make an arrangement so that the medicines would reach the inmates.
Oh, so that also you take care
Yeah.
of. Wow.
And after 2 weeks, I would be liable to go for a follow-up again. So that's it.
Wonderful.
So I think we can manage time at any time. And sometimes I used to take my children also, especially old age homes, so that they also get sensitized.
Very true.
Otherwise, our children are
Very
used
true.
to only a good life. They should
Yes.
see the other side or the other side of the coin also. That was
Absolutely.
the main thing.
Absolutely right. Sir, what kind of, I mean, lot of patients you must be seeing, like you going to old age homes and destitute homes, etc. What is it that something that you feel is the world should really know about, the world should really be careful about, or maybe show love for these people? What is it that you have seen in all these?
First thing I would say is we are lucky. That's why we are in this position.
Yes.
Imagine if there is a small shift of the track, I think we would have been in that position.
Very true.
I always used to tell my students,
Yeah.
just because your parents are rich and you're born rich, you have come to this course.
Right.
In case there was some difficulty, you would have been in that line. So don't at all neglect the poor and the ill.
Absolutely.
And the important part is in a poor person as well as an ill person, just by having a look at their eyes or the body language, you can spot out there is something. And when he improves or when he is happy, you can see the glow in his eyes and his body language. And this thing I started learning very much in the field of leprosy.
Okay.
Because in our district hospital, we had a 20-bedded leprosy ward,
Mm-hmm.
whereby initially the patients would be brought in a totally dilapidated condition. And as time goes on, with nutrition and good medical care, their general condition would improve.
Right.
Then we could see the glow in their eyes. At that time, you could slowly tap into their personal history and get as to what the difficulties they are facing, and if possible, whether we can step in and help them out, like a rehabilitation, a surgical rehabilitation, a physical rehabilitation,
Right.
or a vocational rehabilitation. And at this time, it is a network that will be helpful.
Absolutely right. Yes.
You can guide them, you can
Yes.
place them,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yeah.
And also at times, I would silently go in the evening to the leprosy ward, spend about an hour, that is not my working hour, spend an hour with some patients.
Mm-hmm.
And those patients would tell their real difficulties in ones to one.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of instances where patients have been helped a lot that. And I would say the biggest award which I got in my life was from some leprosy patients who, after they were successfully rehabilitated, coming and hugging me with their claw hands. And
Wow.
one patient with the claw hand had written a poem
Wow.
had in Kannada, and he had rather framed it and gifted it to me. I still have that over here. I will show to you
Wow.
people later.
Wow, that's
That is
amazing.
the biggest award I have got.
I can completely understand the feeling that must be having at that point in time
Yeah,
when you
sure,
did that.
sure.
Wow. Any other award would not be as valuable as somebody
Yeah,
doing
even
that
I
over
would say dermatologists may get angry with me. Just last year, I was awarded the International League of Dermatology Society Award,
Oh, wow.
because International League of Dermatology Societies is the
Hmm.
parent body
Hmm.
of all the countries' dermatology associations. It's the
Okay.
parent body.
Right. Okay.
And every year they pick up 6 people
Hmm.
from across the world for an award in the field of community dermatology or community service in dermatology.
In fact, I was reading that and I wanted to ask
Yes,
you, good that
yeah.
you brought it out,
And I
community
was
part.
one of the recipients last year in the year 2021.
Wow.
And that was given basically for this work in the field of leprosy, as well as work in all these. We had to document and produce everything with the
Correct.
evidence.
Correct. Correct.
Work in the orphanages, the old age homes, the AIDS homes, the child homes, whatsoever. And another unique things which I did was, we might have seen the traffic police
Hmm.
as well as the lifeguards at the beaches.
Yes.
All the time they are out in the sun doing their duty,
Yes.
and they
Yes.
never complain. At the same time, we forget that they are also human beings like us.
Correct.
Even there are many young people who want to get married, but the harsh sun totally disfigures them. They become
Oh,
dark. They get facial wrinkles. There is no sun protection. They're all the time out in the sun.
right.
So I have devised a program from the year 2008,
Okay.
whereby every year I conduct a workshop
Hmm.
for the traffic police as well as for the lifeguards separately,
Okay.
and
Okay.
whereby they are talked about the sun, the good effects, the bad effects,
Hmm.
and the importance of usage of sunscreens.
All right.
And I'm happy to say that the lifeguards in and around Mangalore, I give them sunscreens every year, and it's a constant supply for the usage.
You provide
Yeah,
that from your side.
yeah.
Wow.
I catch hold of some pharma companies, they have some extra funds or extra samples, and that is passed on. And traffic police, they are welcome to walk into my clinic anytime and pick up a sunscreen. So that is something. And based on that, I was given the award. And at the same time, let me tell you, I've been practicing for the last 34 years. And any known soldier,
Hmm.
retired or working,
Hmm.
either from Army, Navy, or Air Force, or the BSF or the CRPF,
Right.
the minute I come to know that they belong to that category, I don't charge them for the consultation. It's that simple. And if I have samples that I pass in to them, so based on all these points, I was selected for that coveted award.
So, hearty congratulations to
Thank
you.
you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. In fact, I don't know whether I should say this here or not, but we have been hearing stories of how even samples are used for commercial purpose. And here you are, who's providing this to the needy people
Yeah.
without any selfish interest.
No, other samples are collected in a box and kept in my clinic.
All
And
right,
there is a standing instruction to the skin department of the district hospital.
right,
Once a month, somebody should come and
right.
clear that box and take it to the OPD at the district hospital.
Wow.
So, indirectly, I think I'm reducing the burden of the government and also helping the poor. After all, it was
Amazing.
because of the poor people I learned my medicine and dermatology. I have to
Wow.
repay it back.
Wow. What a connection there.
Yeah,
That's
I have to.
now I know, sir. I met so many people. Why everybody was talking about you, and everybody was saying that Dr. Kamath is a real hero. Now I know, sir, where they were coming from. Amazing, amazing. दोस्तों, डॉक्टर कामत का अपनी प्रैक्टिस को लेकर जो अप्रोच है, उसे सुनने के बाद एक बात क्लियरली समझ में आई, और वो ये कि हम चाहे जो कोई भी हो, हम चाहे एक डॉक्टर हो, एक टीचर हो, एक एंटरप्रेन्योर हो, हम एक इंजीनियर हो या एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हो, हम चाहे जो कोई भी हो, हम अपनी सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज को निभाने के लिए बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं। और ये बात कितनी इंस्पायरिंग है कि डॉक्टर कामत अपने आप को औरों की नीड्स के लिए हमेशा सेंसिटिव बनाए रखते हैं और उनके लिए कुछ करने के लिए अपने टाइम और अपने रिसोर्सेज को कितनी अच्छी तरीके से मैनेज करते हैं। और एक बात नोट करने लायक है, और वो ये कि जैसे डॉक्टर कामत ने कहा कि यदि हम समाज में जो अंडर प्रिविलेज हैं उनके लिए कुछ करने के लिए हमारे पास वक्त नहीं है, तो इसका मतलब यही बनता है दैट वी आर वेरी पुअर इन टाइम मैनेजमेंट। एक और इंपॉर्टेंट बात नोट करने लायक है, और वो ये है कि डॉक्टर कामत कितना ब्यूटीफुली अपने बच्चों को कम्युनिटी सर्विस में इन्वॉल्व करते हैं, और वो इसलिए ताकि वो औरों के लिए सेंसिटिव रह पाए और उनके पास जो है उसके लिए एक सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड उनमें डेवलप हो। हम हमारे बच्चों को मॉल में ले जाते हैं, एडवेंचर पार्क में ले जाते हैं, रेस्टोरेंट्स में ले जाते हैं, लेकिन कितनी बार हम अपने बच्चों को किसी ऑर्फनेज में लेकर गए हैं, या हम किसी डेस्टिट्यूट होम में उनको लेकर गए हैं, या कोई एक एल्डरली होम में लेकर गए हैं। हमें चाहिए कि हम कम से कम साल में एक बार ऐसी कोई पर्पसफुल आउटिंग उनके साथ करें, ताकि हम ये इंश्योर कर सकें कि हमारी जो फ्यूचर जनरेशन है ना, ये औरों के लिए सेंसिटिव बने और अपनी सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज के लिए ड्यूटीफुल बन पाए। दोस्तों, हम सब काम करते हैं टू अर्न अ लिविंग, टू मेक मनी, टू लिव अ सर्टेन लाइफस्टाइल, टू विन एक्कलेड्स एंड रिकग्निशन फॉर व्हाट वी डू। लेकिन डॉक्टर कामत जो कहते हैं वो ये है कि जब वो अपने पेशेंट्स की आंखों में एक ग्लो देखते हैं तो उनके लिए वही सबसे ज्यादा प्रेशियस होता है। और एक लेप्रेसी पेशेंट ने जब उन्हें अपने हाथों से लिखकर एक कविता दी थी, तो उनके लिए वो कविता किसी एक बहुत बड़े अवार्ड से कम नहीं थी। इट गिव्स हिम अ सेंस ऑफ फुलफिलमेंट। बट ही डजंट स्टॉप हियर। डॉक्टर कामत कई सारे बहुत बड़े कम्युनिटी प्रोजेक्ट्स के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं और इसे बहुत बड़े लेवल पर कर रहे हैं। इसमें से कई सारे प्रोजेक्ट ऐसे हैं जो कि बहुत नोवेल हैं और हेल्थ केयर फील्ड में बहुत ज्यादा इंपैक्ट ला सकते हैं। तो आइए चलिए सुनते हैं डॉक्टर कामत इन प्रोजेक्ट्स के बारे में क्या कहते हैं। So now from here on, sir, what is what is it that you have planned? Anything that you have in mind which you would want to do?
No, in the sense I don't keep a long-term plans.
Okay, okay,
Whenever there is something coming up, immediately plan a strategy and go ahead.
all right,
Now, right now the plan is okay. I told you I'm a Rotarian,
yes,
and as a Rotary Club president, I was the president in 2008.
right,
One thing I found out in our pediatric ward was the children's ward.
yeah.
Some children are admitted for months together in the hospital.
Oh,
They lose their school.
right,
They lose their basic education.
correct,
So I talked to the district minister, I talked to the MLA, and we had one space of about say 1,000 square foot earmarked,
okay,
and that we designed into a child injury proof center, and we called it as a child activity center,
okay,
whereby we have volunteers coming and teaching children whatever the classes they have lost
wow,
in the hospital itself, and evening that becomes the play area for the children. And this child activity center, I'm happy to say that my club was awarded the Rotary International's Community Service Best Community Service Award for 2008 from Asia region.
lovely,
So that is something. So based on the need,
yes,
newer idea comes. Now the latest idea that is going on is
yeah,
having a human skin bank in man.
skin bank,
Skin bank. In the
okay,
sense, let me tell you,
yeah,
Nowadays, there are many a lot of young people dying of prematurely after road traffic accidents. They will be brain dead, and you might have heard of eye donation, liver
Yes.
donation, lung
Yes.
donation,
Correct.
kidney donation. But at the same time, the cadaveric skin can be harvested,
Oh.
stored, and used in extensive burns cases. So
Okay.
for burns cases, for the healing process, it take months,
Yeah.
and at the end, the person would land up with contractures.
Yes.
Now, when you are putting this human skin as a scaffold for the healing process, the healing is faster, and these contractures and all things become less.
Wow.
It is something like you are having a building and the centering is going on, and you put
Correct.
the concrete on the
Correct.
top.
Yeah.
Then you remove the scaffolding, the concrete stays. The
Stays.
same way, the skin is staying over there. It's
Oh.
acting like a scaffolding for the new skin.
Wow.
So I think this will be the 11th or 12th skin back in the country. Already we are having a matching grant from a club somewhere in Germany, and over the next 2 to 3 months, the thing should be functional. Now, once that is over, okay, fine. The next time
Next,
something will be there.
something
We'll
will
go
be
ahead.
there. Wow. But this even, I had not heard about, the skin bank. Like you said, eye donation and everything. Generally, we talk about filling up the form, and so it talks about eye donation, other,
Yeah.
parts of the body, but skin, I'm hearing for
Just
the
the
first
last
time.
year, the idea was to create a milk bank, human milk bank.
Okay,
It was first started in Mumbai in KM. I saw it in the year 1989.
right.
So why not have it in Mangalore? So I put forward the idea,
Yeah,
and then we worked upon it, and it's functional now.
lovely.
Sometimes the mother may be dead, or else the child may be premature, mother may be in faraway place, the child may be in the pediatric ICU, or else in some people the child may be dead earlier, the mother is still having milk. So all this milk is collected, and it's stored in the human milk bank,
Oh, right.
and the needy children of the hospital in the ICU are given that.
Wow.
At a given time, we are having, I would say, 17 to 18 liters of human milk stored in the necessary canisters as per the specifications.
Lovely. Lovely.
So we make the road as the need arises.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Sir, we have also experienced this, and we've heard this from so many people, that when you are on the path of helping people, the needy, the road is always very
Bumpy.
bumpy. What are your thoughts on that, sir?
Road is always bumpy, but the thing is, I believe in that simple concept. Even if you create obstacle, water never stops. It looks its way. So we create our own way and go ahead. There may be some financial restrictions initially,
Right,
but
right.
very often, again, what I feel is we are earning money. I do agree, but we have to always develop a inner concept. Giving is also a way of living.
Wow. Giving is also a way of living.
Yeah. So if you are ready to partake with a couple of rupees from your pocket, I think many things are easy. No need of waiting for sanctions.
Right, right.
If you wait for sanctions, that is red tapeism. The thing gets delayed.
Yes.
So in Mumbai language, we say "fatafat kar do." Finish it off.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Tabadtop is what we also
That's
say.
it. That's it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Uh, Dr. Kamath, in fact, I'm sure there are so many things, that you can share. And so if you have to talk about, uh, the real high points and the real low points of your career, of your life, what would those be?
Real high point should be the satisfaction which I have got from all these projects or whatever things I have done.
Right.
Another real high point is okay, my family backs me up in all these things.
Kudos to family.
Yeah, my wife, my children, they're also silent workers in the same way, and my parents also set an example. My in-laws also did set an example. So in this side, I don't have
Entire
any
family is
negative things.
lovely. Lovely.
Now the low points are sometimes I feel bad when certain people have got unlimited resources or finances with them. but they don't at all open their purses, even for the smallest projects. And when they die like real paupers.
So sad.
That's where I feel bad.
So sad.
And when certain people squander money for unnecessary things, that's again where I feel bad. So I think we should reserve a certain amount of our earnings or money whatsoever
Yeah.
for, like, we should do some survey on this
Right.
and help people accordingly. Like, let me just give an example.
Sure. Yeah.
My blood group is A negative.
Okay. Okay.
I haven't advertised it at all. So whenever there was a need or a call, I used to just go and give a blood. And this penchant for donating blood started at my age of 22.
Okay.
But I've given at least 4 times per year and would have crossed 100 donations by now. But which
Oh.
I gave till the age of 55.
Right.
Never highlighted it anywhere. Then in between, once I thought, okay, fine, I should silently go and check out whether the person really needs the blood.
Ah, okay.
In one occasion, I was totally stunned. Here was a woman who was having her 11th delivery. And
11th delivery.
11, yeah. And if the need be, the gynec wanted blood in case there's a complication on the table.
Right.
I refused to give blood. I called the gynec and told her, you don't know the value of A negative blood. I'm not donating blood for a patient. Instead, you tubectomize her. That's the way. And at the same time, another person, they wanted to keep a standby if the need be for a hernia surgery. It doesn't need blood. And what will you do if you don't get a donor after that? After 15 days, the blood is thrown away.
Correct. Correct.
So that is where I would say are the lows in my life.
Ah,
That really hurts me. Just taking something for granted just because you're donating, misuse it.
yeah. Yeah.
So I think we have to be very careful in planning out certain things. And even projects and all, whenever you give anything and all, in the sense in a broader community value, we need to check the feasibility of the project,
Correct. Correct.
whether it will be utilized properly.
Absolutely.
That's important.
Absolutely. Yeah, there could be undue
Yeah.
advantage or misuse of the
Or it
facilities
can
which
be,
we
it
provide.
can go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots is spent and it's wasted.
Correct. Correct. Sir, from your entire life, if you have to give a message to our viewers, to the younger generation who maybe, are aspiring in the medicine field, what message would you want to give, sir?
For the younger generation, I would say the world is not just within your friend's circle. The world is huge.
Right.
Go explore it,
Right.
understand it, digest it. And in future, as you're going up your ladder, don't break the various steps of the ladder. Someday you may need to come down.
Sorry.
Don't forget your parents, don't forget your teachers, don't forget your childhood friends and others.
Right.
That's more important.
Right.
Whoever you are,
Yes.
one day you'll be needing the other person too. So just because you are educated, you are placed high in the society, don't have a halo around your head. Even that halo LED light can go off sometime.
Yes.
So you
Very
need
true.
to come
Very true.
back to ground reality. So wherever you are, maintain a part of your umbilical cord still with the society,
Yes.
still with the poorer people, still with your childhood friends, your parents, relatives, whosoever.
Wow.
And that's the success of life. So wherever you go, you'll get a big smile, you will have a welcome, and and you don't want somebody to hear from talking from behind.
Yeah.
Like they just give a smile in front of from behind, they may say, here goes a chore, here goes a cheat. I think we should not be
We should
hearing
not
that.
be hearing that. Yes. Absolutely. No, I think you are a very big example for all of us. And what you are saying behind your back, people have so much to speak about you, all good things, so much that you have done for others, and I think those are the blessings that we always carry with us, right? So, Dr. Kamath, uh, an absolute pleasure once again talking to you today, knowing about your life from the entire team of Kahani Hum Sab Ki and all the viewers. We would want to wish you all the best for all the future projects that you may have, and we pray to God to give you more strength, more resources to continue doing what you have been doing.
Thank you,
Thank
Manish.
you very much.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you.
दोस्तों, कहानी हम सब की टीम जब मैंगलोर गई थी लोगों से मिलने, लोगों से बातचीत करने के लिए, तो हम कई सारे लोगों से मिले और जिन जिन लोगों से हम मिले उन सभी लोगों ने डॉक्टर नरेंद्र कामत के बारे में हमें बहुत कुछ बताया और बहुत अच्छी अच्छी बातें बताई, जैसे हाउ ही हैज गॉन बियॉन्ड द कॉल ऑफ ड्यूटी, his sensitivity towards his patients, his contributions towards community service, his active participation as a Rotarian वगैरह वगैरह, बहुत सारी बातें। और इससे भी ज्यादा हमारा ये जो चैनल है ना, कहानी हम सब की, इसके लिए तो डॉक्टर कामत एक बहुत बड़े चीयर लीडर है। हमारे इस चैनल को सपोर्ट करने के लिए जो कुछ भी हो सकता था वो सब डॉक्टर कामत ने हमारे लिए किया। ही इज रियली पर्सोनिफाइंग गिविंग इज अ वे ऑफ लिविंग। दोस्तों, लोगों के लिए डॉक्टर एक भगवान का स्वरूप होता है और अनडाउटेडली डॉक्टर कामत लोगों की इन एक्सपेक्टेशंस पर पूरी तरह से खरे उतरते हैं और ये सारे काम डॉक्टर कामत एक बिल्कुल अनअज्यूमिंग तरीके से करते हैं। बहुत सारे लोगों को ये नहीं पता होगा, इंक्लूडिंग हिज फैमिली मेंबर्स, जो डॉक्टर कामत के अंदर एक रियल हीरो छुपा हुआ है ना, उसके बारे में बहुत सारे लोगों को शायद नहीं पता होगा। एंड दिस इज व्हाट द हीरो डस। वो सारे काम जो करता है किसी को नहीं बताता है, बस चुपचाप अपने अच्छे काम करता रहता है। दोस्तों, एक डॉक्टर नरेंद्र कामत मेरे अंदर भी है, एक डॉक्टर नरेंद्र कामत आपके अंदर भी है और इसलिए ये मेरी भी कहानी है, ये आपकी भी कहानी है और ये बनती है कहानी हम सबकी। आज का हमारा ये वीडियो यदि आपको पसंद आया हो तो इसे लाइक करना ना भूलें, इसे अपने दोस्तों, अपने रिश्तेदारों के साथ जितना ज्यादा हो सके शेयर कीजिए। हमने हमारे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में आपके लिए एक फूड फॉर थॉट लिखा हुआ है, उसे जरूर पढ़ें और आपकी राय हमें जरूर लिख कर भेजें। और यदि अभी तक आपने हमारे इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो तुरंत सब्सक्राइब करें, बेल आइकन पर क्लिक करें ताकि हमारे नए वीडियोस आप तक तुरंत पहुंच जाए। फिर एक बार आपसे मिलेंगे एक नए रियल लाइफ हीरो के साथ। तब तक के लिए प्लीज टेक गुड केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ। नमस्कार।